Hey everybody, it's Chugger Conroy. Welcome back to more Chrono Trigger. Last time, we reached a midpoint in the Black Omen. We still have a way to go, but these naughty new were happy to oblige by selling us items, better items than we'd ever seen before, and allowing us a quick way out should we need more time to prepare. I call you naughty new because, tut, Queen Zeal did not station you here to help us, but it's okay. I approve of your naughty newery. I officially sanction it because it helps my cause. This time, okay, good. I was about to say, if they lock their doors in this time period as well, we'd be really screwed. We're going through this blue fire-looking area, which automatically makes it cool-looking, and going further into the Black Omen. Speaking of cool-looking, you're hideous. Okay, so in this fight, you are a blubber Hulk. Quite the blubber nugget, aren't you? He gives a strength capsule. Now, I'm gonna show you something ridiculous and broken and crazy and, oh yes, really cool. This fight can be run away from. And by merely leaving the room and coming back, there he is again. You know what that means. This is an endless supply of strength capsules. I could fight this thing, run away, let it only clock one attack on me each time, and get a strength capsule every 30 seconds or so until we all have star strength. I could do that. It's a very powerful strategy, and maybe you want to do it if you just want to see how powerful everyone can get, but this will be the very last time that I abuse such a thing. I just don't want to really abuse something that, you know, is going to make us ultimately powerful and just kind of remove all sense of having to try from everything. So we're gonna fight this thing straight up this time. Now, I've gone with Glenn as our main character because we do need Magus in the party to learn his final tech. We need Ayla in the party for, well, you saw how broken that was. And Glenn's been kind of not in the group that much ever since we did his side quest. Chrono was very overdue for getting used in the party a lot. That's why I chose to mainly lead with him last time. But I thought it was Glenn's time to shine. I even gave him back the hero's badge as he rightfully should have. I don't know what I was thinking with his accessory. I think I was just trying to get through the menus fast, so that's why we did that. Hits for a lot of damage, mainly just a physical attacker. Not a lot to them. This attack is their only attack, actually. It's mainly the strength capsule that you want off of them. Well, sorry for insulting you and calling you not really all that interesting. Only the one attack was all you needed to defeat the Lord of all Evil. The Blubber Nugget has strong magical resistance, so you pretty much have to use physical attacks on him. Oh man, I got Slurp, and Magus is in the party. Glenn, you've been waiting half your life for this kind of revenge. Coat him in your adhesive saliva. And I guess lick Ayla too, because that's also kind of its own reward. Okay, I'm sorry. They're like consoling each other after what they just had to go through. Somebody ships it. Luca, this is your battle because they copyright infringed you. These are totally not Gato, they are Cybots. They sing into their mics so badly that they manage to confuse you. Or don't, because we have status immunity on all of our characters. Was a little worried that Frog didn't right there. In this fight, there's a tech that I'm not sure if we've shown off yet or not. It's called a line bomb. So we're gonna do the line, bomb. This is Megaton Bomb, Luca's ultimate tech, together with Aerial Strike. Tech that we have not been able to do for a while. I don't think we did. That is just fire element. Oh! 2 new techs we gotta show off, and with this party, no less. Okay. You don't want us to pass, do you? Didn't think so. I'm just gonna purposely fail this game of timing because we gotta talk about you. Oh, we gotta talk about 3 of you, apparently. Okay. So, they have near perfect magic resistance. They do have perfect physical defense. But what's so cool about these guys is that if you manage to find a way to defeat them with their shields up, like I'm about to do right here, they drop 2,000 gold that they otherwise don't drop. Magus gonna send you to the Shadow Realm! He should have been in the lead slot of the party if he was gonna... Oh, they don't do it! He can't insta-kill them! That's kinda lame. Do I really want it? No, I don't really want to go all out on the text when a regular attack is going to suffice enough. They practically die in one hit if you hit them otherwise. What I guess I can tell you about them that is certainly not a letdown is their original localization name. They called these guys Peeping Doom. Peeping Doom. It's like a really lame insult. It's like, well, what's a worse thing than a peeping Tom that could be peeking in on you in a room? You're Peeping Doom! It's like a peeping Tom that murders you once you see him. Something I'm gonna have to stop being surprised by and just accept about myself is the fact that I love things that sound like really lame insults. Probably because all of my own insults are very lame. Well, we'll keep going up all these stairs. And okay. I think this is the room where you're pretty likely to run into the Wolf Lobe sword in the original, as I was telling you about the Hydracondas. Whacking them with a Wonder Shot did 1,700 damage right there. Just to give a status update on what that weapon's been doing like. It's been okay. I haven't been shooting it off with a regular attack much. Zodiac Cape. That'll go on Marl, who had the ruby armor. Who needs that? And then in the next room, oh, hello. We don't need you anymore. Well, that's kind of a letdown, actually. I was liking getting excited every time I fought you guys, but I guess you just don't matter anymore, because we have all the TP that we ever need. The next time you're racked with the pain and isolation of your own pitiful, meaningless existence, the least you can do is take a small bit of comfort knowing that somewhere out there in this crazy old mixed-up universe of ours, there's still a little enemy whose whole purpose in life is to give TP, and even their death cannot supply the heroes meant to save the world with a single shred of it. Next up... oh, it's the Terrible Little Pants! I miss the Terrible Little Pants! I love the Terrible Little Pants, and I love saying Terrible Little Pants! I love how goofy those enemies on either side of them look. They look like something straight out of prehistory, and I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they were designed for that purpose before they decided to kill my healer. Thank you. I appreciate that more than you know. Truly, I do. I think about Athenian water. Never thought I'd be saying that so often lately, but everybody just loves beating up on one guy or gal and never letting up. We're in need of a Slurp Kiss desperately right here. It's been a while since we've used Slurp Kiss as well, so that's definitely overdue. Come on! Okay, good, it's Ayla, good. 66 damage, so it wasn't really all that threatening. Come on, just do it! Die! I love those enemies, though, is what I was saying, before they killed my healer. That does make relations between us a little bit awkward, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know, maybe their terrible little pants are what give them so much resilience to all of your attacks and makes them so dangerous to deal with. I don't know, they're so goofy looking and so funny, and I find it so, like, pretty much the last thing I would expect to find in a place like this. That took a lot longer than I imagined it would. I guess that's what happens when you have an annoying enemy together with two that have a lot of health. Mega Elixir. Definitely makes up for it, though. Oh. You give me the Lord of all Evil's most powerful tech that's his entire signature that he used against us in so many fights, and yet you give me no opportunity to use any techs because you keep locking my inventory and giving me enemies that are immune to stuff. I didn't care. TP is meaningless. They can live another day and reproduce into more meaningless enemies. It'll benefit us if we ever get another sequel to this game. Down we go. And, okay, now we have kind of a complex room that reminds me a lot of the Ocean Palace, actually. It's kind of frozen over. Switched out the party, and, okay, I'm going to make you very ashamed of me right now. And I don't mean to take out the seriousness of how cool this place is, but I didn't realize until just now that this place is the Ocean Palace just repurposed into a Sky Palace. The Power Crest raises stamina and strength, but it's not worth it because we have items that raise all damage out of a party member, so I wouldn't really see the need to carry it. But I didn't realize that. I was starting to think that, hey, that's kind of a plot hole now that I think about it, that they spent so much time building the Ocean Palace, then suddenly within seconds out of nowhere they have a Sky Palace that is bigger and better in every way and is able to absorb Lavos' life force just fine, so what was even the point? And then I realized, no, they just absorbed the life force they needed and then kept living on forever in the Ocean Palace after it took flight up. Hello there, Strength Capsule. Didn't see you there. I don't need to run away from this fight and to charm it off because I already got 3 of them. I said I didn't want to abuse it, and I'm going to be man of word. Magus, point that finger and open up another dimension. Well, that was a disappointing first showing. Yeah, that was Dark Matter, which is the most powerful tech out of Magus. It does large amounts of shadow damage to all members of the enemy party, and it's his signature tech that he had all that time ago that he used against us. We're gonna light up, we're gonna ignite that frog, fry him right up, and serve the legs! Wow, that was amazing. Okay. I believe that takes in Frog's attack stat into account and is a fire tech as well in terms of its elemental attribute, though, so that's awesome. Frog Flare is very powerful, but very expensive, costing 35 total TP across the two of them. We'll go for a speed capsule, though. It's one capsule I won't miss out on. And I guess while we're in here, strength capsules, that could go... We'll give at least one to Glenn. And speed, gonna give that to Magus. I looked at the stats, and practically everyone with an attack stat that I care about is very close to getting Star. Ayla had 89, so she'll probably just reach it in due time on her own. And by that logic, Glenn can have the other two strength capsules so he can get caught up to speed. I've been talking about how he never gets anything lately, and how I always outfit everyone but him. Yeah, we can definitely make that a better case for him. How about we use Dark Matter better this time? And I love how he sings the Gato song, but off-key. It's like they couldn't rip him off quite right. Or, no, it's that his singing talents, the attributes that went into that, those had to go into him fighting better. Cool, that's the Dark Matter that I came to hate and despise all that time ago, but have come to love now. I was gonna say come to love all this time, though, but that doesn't make any sense. I know what we could do. This is extremely overdue, and it needed Dark Matter in order to work. Once we've learned Dark Matter, Ice 2, and Fire 2, we can at long last equip the Black Gemstone and pull off the Eternal Darkness triple tech. We heard about this all the way back in Zeal Kingdom, and could never do it. Speed Capsule! Hello, Magus. Good, good, good. Oh, I'm just feeling the power. Getting high off this speed. And then there's no enemies for us to fight. It's always the case where there's tons of techs you want to try out, but just not enough battles to do it in. Come on, have more grinding. Sometimes it feels like it. This is such a good game about not making you grind, and the difficulty feels like a fair challenge at its strongest. And as long as you're fighting most enemies and not running away constantly, you'll be fine. You don't need to stay in grind. The difficulty is so well balanced. It's such a strong part of this experience that I really think deserves all the praise in the world, because so many get it wrong, where they just throw essentially a hike up Mount Everest at the end of your leisurely stroll through a park. I think I've heard this comparison somewhere before. Come on! You're gonna lock me at a time like this? Well, if you don't have all the techs, you're certainly going to after this area. Magus is getting his turn so damn fast now. It's awesome. Interrupting things real quick, there are enemies worth fighting at this particular spot. They didn't trigger when I walked through it, probably because I just didn't touch the very specific pixels that it needs. You'll see me running around this room for a while trying to find something. That's what this was. I don't actually fight them, but they are worth your time, even having magic capsules charmed off of them. Fine, run like the eyeballs you are. Or roll, incidentally. See if I care. Don't even need the TP. And then down this way, nothing. Okay, looks like a place where they'd hide an item. There's a chest. Speed capsule. Whoa! I didn't even know that one. I'm just getting clairvoyant over here. Let's give Magus double star. They don't get speed from leveling up. They only get it from capsules and equipment, so I'm not worrying about the same logic of, hey, they're probably going to get there on their own. Mega Elixir, loving it. And was I correct in assuming? Nope, I was not. Got through a room that I didn't have much reason to care about, and wow, we got another save point. I won't be switching out the party, but what I will be doing is using up more of our little baby healing items. There's just clogging up the inventory. It's been taking me a while to go over to the items that we actually need. Only one shelter left. It's time to get rid of these. I don't need mid-ethers. I don't need potions. 23 high potions, 23 high ethers, 22 turbo ethers, 11 mega elixirs, 24 regular elixirs. We just don't need any of these things anymore, and they're just taking up space. So that's what we're gonna do. Wheel of Torture! It looks like a set to a game show, not a threatening entrance to make there. But it's a sad, sad day when Mega Mutant was not the most powerful. We're now faced with Giga Mutant, a more powerful version of the same foe as before. And what do you know? He has really good physical resistance, not so great magical resistance. Eternal Darkness! 3,000 damage across the board, and geez, you really are more evil. You're sucking Magus's crotch instead of his toe. I'll take it. He inflicts all sorts of status ailments. As you see, Mutant guests sleep right there. I think he has an attack that can inflict sleep and poison at the same time, in fact. And we'll just wait for it to come around to the Eternal Darkness again, because that was so effective. You wanna, if you have Ayla in the party, charm his ass head and then charm his head to head. He gives you 2 rings, a barrier ring and an acuity ring. We already have 1 of each, so I didn't think it was all that necessary to do. And I just really wanted to showcase that dead in 2 turns. Now that's a good use of an accessory slot. Oh, I'm just gonna look cool in how I run on top of where you were. There remains but 1 tech that I'm not sure if I've actually used on screen, and it belongs to Marl and Robo, so we'll switch them in. He doesn't even need the speed belt any longer. Maybe I'm gonna give Magus the sunglasses. That has to look so stupid. He's just nodding his, no, he's just shaking his head at me over this one. I don't blame him. If I was the Lord of all evil and I had to wear sunglasses, I would just think, okay, I'm trying too hard to look cool. And I would just feel really self-conscious and awkward about the whole thing. Hop into the teleporter. And looks like another gauntlet of enemies up ahead. If that's the case, I don't want Magus in there any longer, so we'll just make Ayla the party leader. She hasn't been that in a while. Oh, this time it is a lift, not a lower. I guess we're trying to get to the top of the Black Omen instead of getting to the bottom of the ocean, so that makes sense. Cybots! Y'all are noobs. I'm gonna charm you to show that as a reference to Gato, they actually went so far as stealing their charm item. They dropped the Ambrosia. It's a fun reference, just a kind of a little footnote. I just wanted to make sure we weren't gonna fight any enemy that could have something really worthwhile for Ayla to steal. Because whenever you see one of these elevators, you never really know what to expect unless you played this game even more than I have, in which case, good for you, you live a great life. Aura Beam is the very last tech I'm not totally sure if we ever showed off. We didn't bring Marl with us on our trip through the derelict factory when we had to have Robo, and it's one of the first techs they ever learned together. So it seems like it slipped under the radar. I'm not sure if it did, but there you go, now you've seen it. It's just a simple healing tech. It's nothing that we would really use now, but I wanted to show you what it looked like. Obtain an Ambrosia, there we go. So the Alluring Top apparently gets around the problems that I was having with Ambrosia earlier, where it just wasn't dropping no matter what I was doing. That doesn't mean that you can only have 1. There are some situations, such as at the inn, where it only lets you have 1, but when it comes to enemies dropping it, it wasn't that it was following that rule, it was just that it was failing even though the attack was hitting. That's the purpose of the Alluring Top, not so much making it miss less. I thought a miss and a failure were the same thing, and I thank those of you that told me about it, because I really needed that information, because it's just confusing me so much. Ayla is horrified by your horrible singing. And she's from prehistory, back when they were only just inventing music, so that's saying a lot. Actually, that would mean that she's one of the old masters whose people are responsible for the creation of music. You should be ashamed of yourself. How about a boulder toss? That sounds fun, actually. Just throw one of these guys up in the air. Show it who's boss! And the elevator was going up into him falling down, so that impact probably hurt even worse than it would have otherwise. You show him. Turbo Ether. And that's the top. Back to another area that looks like this. Oh, hi. Even though this is a repetitious fight with an enemy group that we've seen many times, I just want to reiterate how special and good Cure Wind is. For 8 MP, healing 999 to the whole party. Excellent. Absolutely excellent. Would recommend do again. There's one more trait of the Synchrites that has not been seen yet. After a while, they just kind of start counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If they get all the way down to 0, they stop time. It's the single most dangerous part of them. Or you can just, you know, have status immunity equipment like anyone should after fighting the Mega Mutant. Chrono and Lucas should be able to come back. Oh, bats. Last time I had one of these following us, it sure brought back some good memories. Oh, terrible little pants! Oh, look how dainty he looks with his hands like over his belly. He's like, oh, don't go too hard on me now. Giving them so much. I'm going way too into this. I love them so much. They're such adorable little demons. Show them a really powerful triangle! It was too much for their— oh. Well, crap. Chrono with the haste helm is glorious. I pretty much just won that fight using only his regular attack and critting almost every time. And we'll keep going. Oh, wait, they were the bats, because they have giant bat wings, and they transformed off screen, and they came back, and they're like, hey, wanna see my pants? You're gonna have a strength capsule. You're both gonna have strength capsules. Hello. Since we haven't done it in a very long time, what about double charm? Wherever it is. Twin. Oh, I don't have enough. Hey, crap. Man, they're just dancing around. Like, here, we're gonna give you a show while you're digging around, trying to figure out how you're gonna hurt us. They don't attack you. They only counter slap. Okay. Well, if you're gonna just give us a free show, I'll take it and enjoy my time here. Twin Charm! Not like it matters, but fine. Make yourselves feel better. Get the Strength Capsule. You'll just kind of slap your belly at us. 2240! Oh, the Wonder Shot ain't the blunder shot for me. I'm kind of remiss in not bringing that up. Speedrunners love/hate using the Wonder Shot because it is the best damage output, and you get it from your regular attack whenever you have to fight. Luca's regular attack is now technically the best one in the entire game. The problem is due to the RNG nature of it, yeah, it just kind of doesn't always do good, as you can plainly see. So it kind of has earned the nickname the Blunder Shot, and I thought that was really funny, but I didn't mention it last time. You're gonna actually kill somebody, aren't you? Well, okay, no, let's not risk this. How about the well, no, you have magical resistance, don't you? You give us all the time in the world to heal up, so I see no reason why we have to worry. Heal up Ayla, she can attack. Luca, maybe you can just kind of smack him for good measure in case this doesn't do it, because your regular attack is so good now. Please don't make me a liar. 1120, good. The enemies are doing a good job depleting our health bars pretty fast. A lot of them have percentage-based attacks or just stuff that hits really hard. Having HP attacks have shown up on a few enemies too. I'm not a game designer. I could be asking for just overpowered crap that would make everything not fun, but I really wish Cure 2 healed the entire party. Whoa, the splits Ayla was doing through that door were really cool looking. Don't read too much, please. Hello, loving it, loving it, loving it. I know what I want, and I'm gonna go get it. Don't read too into that either. These 4 panels have 4 speed capsules. I'm a B hero. Got all 4 of them, don't need you anymore. Eat it! And by eat it, I mean fire being a light source that makes the ice cast a shadow on your life. That's the explanation for how it does the type of damage that it does. Don't I sound threatening when I talk like I'm a scientist? I say it like that's the hardcore science and like it takes an intelligent person to say, a 5th speed capsule? Somehow I only have 4. Maybe I stole 3 and not 4. It's not like it makes that big a difference. I just try to get as many as I can. Strength capsule on Glenn, because we haven't used that yet. Speed capsule. I'm making up for lost time. Glenn, you can be the next one to have star speed. And you beat Robo when he's been 15 and he's been 1 away for a whole video now. That'll make you feel extra good. Up top. Oh, another battle. More panels. More panels, please. A Triforce. I'll take it. Oh, no. The almighty Terra Mutant. I didn't actually show its name on screen alongside saying it, so I botched the timing a little bit. I want to not charm your ass head, but charm your head. That gives a muscle ring. And why not? I guess I can charm your ass head too, so it doesn't feel left out. You're sucking your own ass? And gaining nutrients off it? I knew the butts were good at absorbing stuff that the body missed, but That's taking it to a whole new level of Power Crest. Okay, I guess it wasn't really that important that we did it. How about we spread around some good fire damage? I want to eat a Frog Flare. That sounds good. So the top drains 1,000 HP from the bottom periodically. Oh god, now I use the word period in that visual. Ugh. So the bottom would be target number 1, but it counters physical attacks very painfully and it heals from magic, so you can't really do much. The top can deal confuse to the entire party, and it also deals fire damage as well, as you saw right there. It's a weird fight where you don't really feel like you're doing the right thing a lot of the time. I'm just gonna do Frog Flare to get the top half damage, because, you know, it can suck the ass all at once. It's not gonna be able to offset the damage if I'm doing a good enough job. Maybe Inferno, actually, just to kind of spread it out. I still can't get over how much he looks like an electric floor buffer. I want to ride him. I've always wanted to ride an electric floor buffer because it just sounded like so much fun, but maybe it's one of those things that only is cool in cartoons. Maybe it's not terribly exciting if you actually do it. I guess you could say he sucks ass through a straw and be correct. Okay, so Cure 2. Cure-Tuga. Because I gotta make everything a reference to something. Luca's getting her turn next, so how about Blaze Kick? Just to kind of lay on even more damage. And we can just hit the top half of the head, too. Okay. The bottom half only has enough HP to sustain the top half for 4 heals, so really just power through and you'll probably be fine. Unless you keep healing it like I do. There's that fire damage on the entire party this time, but we have really good resistance to it, so it's not like it even matters. If you could just please die right about now, that'd be really good. I'd be so proud of you if you died. Yeah, okay, you're dead. So, now that you're without a top body, does that mean I can ride you? I just got on top of you. Life Shaver reduces HP to 1. There's its counter to physical attacks. When I said painful, I very much meant it. And there he just drops down. See, it's really easy if you just power through and go to town on the top head. Not that bad. White Gemstone! I keep getting new things I want to do, and that's why we've been going on so long. Okay, the Terra Mutant's down. We're gonna stop there. Next time on Chrono Trigger, we reach the end of the Black Omen. See you guys then.